Our objectives in this lesson are to be able to recognize and use symbols of formal logic. Symbolic notation. Symbolic notation simplifies statements that are written in words. Usually, symbolic notation uses alphabetical order. Here are the symbols that we're going to be using a lot for our symbolic notation. The arrow means then, usually in an if-then statement. The squiggly means not. This symbol that looks like you're starting to write an A, and then you don't yet cross it, so that part of the A represents and. Upside down, which looks like you're starting to write an R, means or, that has an R in it. The three dots in a triangle form mean therefore, used to state a conclusion. And the arrow that goes both ways means if and only if, which we'll talk more about what that means at a later time. Let's use the symbolic notation in these examples. Write each statement using symbolic notation. Here is our key. Let P equal the sky is blue. Let Q equal the sun is out, and let R equal the boy shovels snow. First one, if the sky is blue, then the sun is out. Notice everything after the if is the statement that we saw up here represented by the letter P. The sky is blue is the P. Then the sun is out. The sun is out was written up here, represented by the letter Q. Then, from our symbols, is the arrow that shows the flow in direction. So we translate this P arrow Q, and our answer looks like this, P arrow Q. A much simpler way to write this statement if we know the code. Let's look at the next one. The boy shovels snow if and only if, I recognize this from the box, the double arrow. The sun is not out. Let's start with the first part. The boy shovels snow. I recognize that from the code up here. The boy shovels snow is represented by the letter R. And then the sun is not out. That's very similar to the sun is out, but we've got the word not in there. So because of the word not, we need to use that symbol that means not, and that'll go in front of the letter that's representing the sun is out, which is Q. So not Q. So let's look how we're going to write this statement. R, double arrow, squiggly Q. Let's take a look at the next one. If the sky is blue, the sky is blue is represented by P, and is represented by what looks like I'm starting to write a capital A and I don't finish it. The sun is out. The sun is out is represented by Q. Then, that's one of our symbols, the arrow that shows the direction of the flow. The boy does not shovel snow, which looks like the boy shovels snow, but then we have the word not in there. So remember, we're negating, we're doing the opposite of the boy shovels snow. It's kind of like a negative symbol. A negative symbol would just be a minus. It's kind of like that. Not are. Now, because it's these two things together before the then, notice the comma, we're going to put parentheses here to show that these should go with each other as the premise before we get to the conclusion. So this will be translated as, using parentheses, P and Q, then not are. Let's take a look at another one. If The boy shovels snow. The boy shovels snow is represented by R. Then, that's our arrow. The sky is not blue. I see the word not, so I need to add my squiggly to the sky is blue, represented by P. Or another one of our symbols, looks like I'm about to write a lowercase r. The sun is not out. Not, so I need my squiggly for the sun is out. The sun is out is Q, so squiggly Q. Now, because all of this stuff comes after the then, I'm going to put parentheses around that expression. So we've got R, arrow, parentheses, squiggly P, or squiggly Q. Not P or not Q. Last one. Feel free to pause the video, try it on your own, and come back and see how you do. The sun is out. That's Q. Therefore, that's our 3 dots. Therefore, the sky is blue. The sky is blue is P. Now, because therefore represents a conclusion, normally you're going to see things written like this when you have the therefore. 2 lines. So first statement, Q, and underneath it, therefore, P. So this is how we would write the symbols for that last statement.